Wake up, President Biden. Do something. Anything. Help coordinate a federal response. That's the job of the federal government, not New York City.
Welcome once again to Reality Bites. I am Danilo Ignacio, and you're tuned into our series on exposing what's going on within the homeless shelter system within New York City. And as I told you before in our last installment, I'm telling you once again, it's nothing but a money grab. Now, Jumaane Williams finally comes out as one of the first politicians to do the rally call in order to see if they can get this federal money that they will get, because we have 55,000 migrants and hundreds of thousands of Americans, New Yorkers, taxpayers that are either losing their homes or are homeless. And as we go through the biggest homeless crisis in New York City since the late 30s, this government continues to do business as usual. The Rent Stabilization Board then continues to raise the rent on stabilized rent throughout New York City, which we already know by capita, New York has the most expensive rent that there is to date. A one-bedroom can go for up to $4,000. But yet still, our mayor decides that it's okay to let them do it because he's the one that's in charge. Take a look at this.
Reality Bites. Citizen journalism at its realest.
Stabilized tenants shut down the New York City Rent Guidelines Board that was meeting to vote on a proposed rent increase of up to 16% for rent-stabilized tenants. Despite widespread calls for rent reduction and activists even shutting down their meeting, the board went ahead and voted for a 2 to 5% rent increase for one-year leases and a 4 to 7% rent increase for two-year leases, the highest proposed rent increase in a decade. Next month, the board will vote to finalize these proposals, which will make housing even more unaffordable to the million tenants in New York City in rent-stabilized housing.
So as we should be waiting for the news about the big exodus that should be happening throughout the entire New York state of all the homeless people that have been in there for a year and 2 years that have jobs, we're not hearing that. And the simple distinction to the reason why is because the person that's in charge, which is Mayor Adams, is not building a strategy. You ask yourself why. When you come to find out the reason why and how he was elected was from the amount of money that the real estate industry has given to him.
It's the mayor appointing this board, and our mayor, Eric Adams, is notorious for his cozy relationship with the real estate industry. They bankrolled his mayoral campaign, so of course, he's going to back them when he's in office. So that's how we get people like our Pete Gupta, who's on record for saying that he opposes rent control, appointed as the public representative.
So we're beginning to open our eyes just a little wider on the reasons why the mayor would rather go all throughout New York City and open up buildings that will not be deemed habitable for adults to live in, instead of using the strategy that is the best one that I've been talking about from the beginning of September, which is get the people that are currently in there. Let me change my tone. Get the New Yorkers that are currently in there out of these shelters so you have a place to put these migrants, instead of opening up all these buildings so you can be able to pay back your real estate buddies that got you elected their money.
Citizen journalism at its realest. Reality Bites.